This is where we ended last time. If you didn't see the previous video, you need to follow it, because unfortunately I failed. So I dropped by 9 rating points. So entering 3500 became even harder. But we don't care. We just go for the next puzzle. Shit happens. It's normal. It's normal in this game. Okay, still. Another position, and we go with the same scheme. The material, we are pawn down. The critical aspects, these two major pieces are attacking the f7 pawn. So most probably it's all about creating some threat on the f7. We know everything. Calculate, capture, checks, queen f7, bishop f7, blah. Captures, bishop c4, bishop g6, and queen b7. Queen b7 we can discard immediately. We, of course, blunder a queen. Bishop g6 I think also, because h6, and there is no follow-up. Like, this pawn is still protected. Bishop c4, queen c4, maybe. Maybe because we exchanged a piece. We didn't blunder anything. But the pawn on f7 is still protected. So like the first move which came to my mind immediately where I saw this this puzzle is rook a c1. Just to develop a rook, to attack this bishop once again, to pin it, and if the bishop moves, something happens. Something bad happens in black's position. The queen drops or the f7 pawn drops. What's the most reasonable response for rook a c1? There might be many moves. There might be many moves, but rook a c1 b5, right? And bishop c4, let's first consider this is the easiest capture. Bishop c4, b takes c4, queen f7, king h8. And bishop f4, just bishop f4, because I attack the queen, and bishop e5 comes with a deadly threat. Rook a c1, b5, bishop c4, bc4, queen f7, king h8, and bishop f4. So we attack the queen. If rook f8, I take the pawn on c7 and the pawn on f7. So we are rook up. If rook a c1, b5 takes, king h8, bishop f4. If bishop d6, I can take twice on c7. If I take twice on c7, I am pieced up. So after rook a c1, b5, I think doesn't work. But is there anything else which can help black? Like bishop d5. Bishop d5 is rook c7, bishop f3, rook f3. I'm pieced up. If bishop d3, rook c7, and even I can grab this. Or maybe I can't, and this is the trap. This is the chesscom trap. Or no, I can. Like rook c1, bishop d3, queen f7. What am I calculating? Even rook c7, bishop f1, queen f1. I am queen against the rook. I don't see any intermezzo, like rook a c1, queen somewhere to attack one of these bishops. It's impossible, so... Well, I am sure, rook a c1. Bishop d5, but I take... the queen? What am I missing? There is also queen d5 move, right? And we need to find out the difference. Like, for me, it's clear that after rook c7... It's clear that I am pieced up. Bishop f3, rook f3. everything is protected. After queen d5, rook d5, rook c7, this bishop might be unprotected and this rook is unprotected. So let's say something like bishop d8, I'm guessing, but something like this might help black to save the position. Rook c7, bishop f3, rook f3, bishop g5, and bishop g5. So there is no back rank mate. Yeah, rook c7, rook f3. Okay. 92. Okay. No critical aspect. The material. We have 1, 2, 3, 7 pawns. So we have 3 pawns against a piece, as I see. 3 pawns against a piece. Right. Critical aspects. Well, this knight's a critical aspect, definitely. It attacks both our pieces. So if we make some lazy move which doesn't change anything in the position, we might find ourselves in a trouble. Yes. So we need to care about this knight. We have this hidden bishop on a7. It can be a potential hero of the position, because it shoots along this f2 and g1 square. They are around the king. So it might be something connected with this bishop, but I don't know. We have also this knight. It can jump on e3, it can jump on f4, not immediately, because we lose our queen. So, okay, checks. Rook e2. Which might be tempting, because queen e2, rook d2. And we are pinning the queen, but after rook d2, there's knight e2. And we didn't solve this basic problem. There is still a fork. Queen f3, of course, no. Captures. Rook d1, of course, is considerable. Knight c3. Rook d2, king h1, bishop d4, rook c1. Queen a1, queen a1. So it, of course, doesn't work. Queen b3, again, it doesn't work. Okay. Attacks. There is a move like rook d2, but I am not sure if rook d2 poses even a single threat. Especially if king h1 happens, like, maybe then I can escape with the queen and take the this knight on e2, and with, of course, I can sacrifice an exchange, but get many pawns back. Again, multiple options possible. Rook d2. Okay, no, again. Captures. Captures. Because checks don't work. Rook e2, knight e2. And again, this is the same problem. Rook d1, knight c3, rook a1, bishop d4, rook c1, bishop c3, rook c3, knight d5, rook c1. No. My head starts slowly to to pain me. Yeah, this is really good training because we calculate, we think, and again, and repeat the process. And yeah, the calculation is really good training. Rook e2, knight e2. No. Okay, so checks. No, just no. Checks no. Rook d2 might be interesting because I don't see any sensible follow-up after rook d1, knight c3. I just don't. Like, is there any difference that after rook d2 I play king h1? Because the thing is that after rook d2, let's say queen e3 is somewhat a threat. Because now the queen would be hanging. And I would love to take the knight on e2. Check everything. Play knight d5. We have many pawns. We have many pawns for this exchange. Again, like if it was a game, rook d2 would be a thing I would consider the most. Rook d2 bishop c1, how stupid is that? But maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that stupid. Because rook d1, knight c3, I want to get rid of this rook. Rook d1, knight c3. Rook f1, king f1. No, rook f1, just rook f1. Rook a1, bishop d4, rook c1. Rook d2, bishop c1, rook c2. But king h1. Am I missing something? Yes. This is the correct answer. Yes, I am missing something. Rook e2, knight e2. Rook d2. Like, if I look... The more I look the position, the more I don't know. Rook d2, yeah, like, but bishop c1. Rook c2, king h1. Okay, like, again, captures. Rook d1, knight c3. Maybe we need to follow this line. Rook d1, knight c3. Rook d2. King h1. Maybe there we have some compensation, like bishop d4. But rook a c1. Oh, 10 minutes and no idea. 10 minutes and no idea. Oh, I am stupid. Rook d2, bishop c1, rook e2. I am stupid, boy. So after rook d2, there is no bishop c1. So it was as stupid as hell. So rook d2, king h1, and queen d3 maybe. No, queen d3, queen b1. So queen e3. No, I would just play rook d2 because I don't see any other follow-up. Oh my goodness. Like, it was hard. Well, maybe it wasn't. Like, I didn't see after bishop c1, rook e2. So I forgot about checks. I forgot about checking. Really. Oof. Analysis. Knight f2. Rook d2. What if king h1? Queen d3. Okay, I was opening for queen e3. And what's after queen b1? Of course, rook e2. Yes. And rook h2 checkmate. Right. And if queen e1, I can again take on e2? Yes, it is also fine. Like, from practical side, it's also really fine. We are material up if we count the points. Yeah, but I'm happy that I found bishop c1 because it was concerning me a lot. So rook e2, bishop c1 was the only move, and rook e2 is the only move. Okay, right. I am happy, but it was tough. But we did it. Oh yeah. Material, equal, critical aspect, the king, checks. Like the king, because you see, many pieces attacking the king. Also, our rook is looking on the c8, but of course queen d1. Don't blunder m8. Checks, queen g7, king g7, rook f7, king h8. Bishop f7, king h8. No, of course we don't blunder a queen. Bishop f7, king h8. The problem is that we need to be precise as hell because you know what? The rook is hanging, and if the rook is hanging, also there is a back rank mate. So checks doesn't work. Rook f7, capture. Capture. Rook c1. Rook f7, rook c1. Rook f1. Rook c4. Yes, so white lost a material, and we don't like it. And we don't like it. So rook f7, rook c1, rook f1, rook c4 doesn't work. So captures, rook c8, queen d1, and attacks. You know, the funny thing is that I'm really thinking about rook cf1. Like seriously, because the thing is that we make even extra additional pressure on this f7 pawn. And the thing is that after rook f1, bishop f1, rook f7, there is no longer rook on c1 hanging, right? And again, we are threatening a checkmate, and because of this bishop, we are also threatening rook d7, rook d4. Like we make a lot of threats. In the worst case, we can chop this queen. So rook f1. If king h8, there is just rook f7 and rook g8. Okay, we are happy. We are pawn up, and we have a perfect position to continue the attack. So after rook f1, if bishop c4, maybe bishop c4 is the even more tempting. Rook f7. But again, bishop f7 and rook f7. And the thing is that I am not afraid of any of these checks, like queen d1, nor rook c1, because I come back on f1 with a check. Yes. Why not rook g1, let's say, or rook a1, or why go f1? Because I want to make this pressure on this f7 pawn. If I play rook g1, I don't even say like queen g1 maybe works. Most probably it does. But let's say I go rook a1. There's just something maybe like rook f8. Stubborn defense, or bishop c4 maybe is just better. After rook f1, bishop c4, I have rook f7. Bishop f7, rook f7, rook c1, rook f1. There might be something like rook c4. I agree with you guys. There might be something with rook c4, but in the worst case, I can take it and be pawn up, which is okay. So like I'm saying rook f1. Because additional, like immediate captures on f7 doesn't work, so rook f1 is my answer. Ah! Why you are so quick, dumb boss? No, no. Let's figure it out. Why not rook f1? You dumb ass. Why? Why? Because what, I can take and play g5? And if I take the queen, he just doesn't care? Like rook d4, rook d4, queen f2, rook f4? Okay, let's make again this move, rook f1. Show solution, because... What? Guys, I am stupid. I thought queen d1, bishop d1, rook d1. But the rook is hell pinned. Ouch. Bad form, bad shape, KosakChess. Yes, like, I was talking about this line. I thought that there is a mate, but the rook is pinned. Horrible, horrible. I don't want to look at this even. Let's go to the next puzzle. I need to figure out what's... Yeah. Okay, there are no checks, no attacks, just pure calculation. In pawn endgames, you just calculate. King c2, a4. If a4 immediately ba4 and black king doesn't enter the square, so king c2, king g5, king king b2. Like, there is a really similar position in Dvoretsky's book. Like, you don't go to the pawn this way, but oh, sorry. I clicked something. This is the source. Okay, don't... Yeah, sorry, I misclicked something. Like, there is a really similar position in Dvoretsky's book that you go just around our pawn. Because king c2, king g5, let's say, king c3, let's say king f6, king c4 and a4, there is a move. And the thing is that now after ba4, king e7, we can see that the king entered the square, so the position might be drawn. And after king c2, king g5, king c3, king f6, king c4, a4, b4, because we will use this idea, I think, again, black can go king e7. And we didn't stop this pawn, so it's even easier for black to stop this b4 pawn. And the difference is that after king c2, if the same variation happens, king f6, king a3, and a4, I don't take with the pawn, I take with the king, and the pawn endgame is winning. But after king c2, let's say king g7, okay, let's go the same, like king g5, king b2, a4, now I have b4. No, now after a4 I have b4, because with this king on g5 I am winning. But after king c2, yeah, exactly, I need to go around the pawn. King g5, king b2, king f4, king a3, king e3, king a4, king d4, king a5, and the pawn is promoting. So I take the pawn and play king b2. This was the only correct way to play this position. Just my endgame knowledge, let's say, helped me solving this, but we can also use it, right? Dvoretsky's book. I really recommend this book. I thought even maybe I would solve the Dvoretsky's book once on the stream, but yeah, it all depends on you guys. Material. Piece down. Yes, we are piece down. Critical aspect, the king again. Every of our piece... Oh, sorry. Every of our piece has the potential to attack the king. Checks, queen g6. Like, it has to be queen g6. Like, there is even no other move. There is no other move than queen g6. So, I know that in the game, I would capture it immediately because there is no other move, like queen d5 doesn't work. But because we are training, and because of the purpose of the training, I will not make this move and will calculate it in our beautiful head. Rook, queen g6, king e6. Because king f8 is dump move, bishop f6. Ends the story. Queen g6, king e6, f5, king d7, bishop f6. Doesn't look that bad. At least I regained my material. But there is also a critical variation. Queen g6, king e6, bishop f6, queen e4, and king d7. Because king f7, queen c4, I think. And black might get in some trouble. king d7, queen b7, king e6, f5, queen f5, and there is still queen f1. There is still queen f1 move. Like queen g6, king. I'm talking about king e6, bishop f6, queen f6, queen e4, king d7, queen b7, king e6, f5, queen f5, and there is still queen f1. Checkmate threat. Yeah, now this training is exhausting, but it's for sure really, really useful. I got you. Queen g6, king e6, bishop f6, because f5, even king d5, I think is okay for black. Like bishop f6, queen e8, and yeah, the position is fine, but I will not say this word, sorry. By paradox, the paradox of this position is it says that with the king on d5, black is safe. We can't even give a check. We can't create a threat. King e6, bishop f6, queen f6, queen e4, king d7, and not queen b7, but rook g7. Check. Rook g7 check. If the king enters the last rank, we take the rook. If the queen takes queen b7 and we take the queen. Ooh, 95. I missed 95, I have to admit. I can't take the knight because queen f1. Ah, sorry, I forgot that the camera is there, and if I move my left hand, I can cover the view. Queen a8, knight d3, cd, queen a1, king c2, queen a2, king d1, queen b1, king e2, a2. We give some checkmate with the king on e8, king on e6. So it can take, and we are fine. I will also check if yeah, rook g6, queen g6, bishop f6 the only move, queen e4, and king d7, rook g7. Yes, exactly. And queen b7. Okay, we nailed it. Next. Material, equal, aspect, king, again, it's king. Again. Or maybe not, maybe... Yeah, like, yeah, the king. Like, this knight is the hero. The knight is the hero. So checks, no checks. It helps us, right? Yeah, let's say it helps us. Captures, sorry that my brain stopped working for a second. I was calculating lines and not talking them. Captures, knight f7, but king f7. There is no sensible follow-up, king, queen h5, g6. Knight d7, queen d7, we don't exchange our hero. Knight e4. I think this is the most critical line. If d4, there's bishop a4. I realized, and we use our hero. We attack this knight, and we make use of this fact that the king still didn't make a castle, so we can pin this knight. So knight e4, d takes e4, and bishop a4. Bishop c8, knight c6. The queen is hanging. The queen. I need to tell you something, guys. The queen loves the space. Okay? The queen loves the space. If the queen doesn't have a space, it's just gone. Ooh. If knight e4, knight e5, I can take with the bishop. d4, bishop g7, rook g8, bishop a4. Wow, 1-0. The f8 square, we control the f8 square. So knight e4, d4, bishop a4. We have b5, but bishop b5, bishop c8. But should we be afraid of that position? Knight c6, queen b6. Yeah, black save the queen, but bishop c6 we can play, attack this and this. Yeah, for me it's perfect. Knight e5 and bishop e5 and bishop g7 and bishop a4. Right. 37 minutes. So maybe let's do one more. Or no. No. One more in the next episode. So guys, we can see the progress. 3, 4, 76. We are, let's say, 5 exercises of the 3500.